Alright, one more deck for today. Revisiting a little bit of an older one, but one I have enjoyed in the past. Akshan Udyr. Since we last played this list, actually it was before Udyr got changed. So Udyr has since seen a +1 to his attack stat as well as a change to his level up requirement. Caring about seeing how many stats, or not even seeing, but caring about how many stances we played in the game. And to help enable him, he's gotten a new combat trick to go with it as well. +1/+1, create a stance swap for 2. So, we modified our original list a little bit. Udyr is now the only 5+ power thing in our deck, which pairs really well with Babbling Bjerg, essentially making this more ways to get our Udyrs into play. And just by default, you know, Udyr works really well with Akshan and the palaces wanting to see us target units because we're creating so many combat tricks with the stances and have so many to begin with that we can tick them down really quick, just creating these big scary threats with regen, overwhelm, and big beefy stats. So we're also trying couple copies of Desert Duel in the deck. I have a split here between Desert Duel and Grappling Hook. There's going to be some situations where one is better than the other. So in the interest of trying both out, got a couple in here like this. I'm not sure that I'd really want one more over the other, but perhaps we'd want a fifth copy of such an effect in our deck, and at that point I'd have to take into consideration, you know, the average game, how they play out, what the matchups are, what the meta's like, and then I can more properly determine if I'd want a third copy of the one or the other, or maybe 2/2 is just fine. Or maybe it's possible we want 3 copies of one and only one of the other. But nevertheless, let us just jump into some games and see how this deck feels nowadays. Akshan on 2 sounds lovely. Desert Duel might be okay. Don't think we'll need the healer. Do I want Desert Duel? I think I just want ways of protecting our stuff. They're more likely a more controlling list. So we're not going to be that interested in taking care of their units to try to push. I think we got to make sure we're killing the Viego when he hits, but we need to make sure our stuff's big first. Look at that, we drew Desert Duel anyway.
Almost got it.
Now it's a question of whether or not I play out the Omen Hawk or the Akshan. I kind of like Omen Hawk since we didn't draw one of our units. And then it means we can bank 1 spell mana, play Akshan, have Inner Beast up to protect them in case they have the new 3-mana Drain too. They thinking about Vile Feasting these Hawks, maybe? Okay. Look at that, a big old one, and he shouldn't be able to kill this.
Don't look the other way.
For a little while, anyway. Might even...
Villains beware.
Probably just jump blocking with the 2/1 if I imagine. It's not getting through in the face of these guys, so makes sense. But Desert Duel works really well with this, so...
First relics.
They drew a bunch of cards. If they swing with this, we're just going to take the hit. And then we might look to Desert Duel it. Definitely going to play out this Vulpine Wanderer, though.
Observe the price of ambition.
let's see. So I suppose we can save our Akshan with Inner Beast plus Grappling Hook, and I think that's worthwhile. And then next round, I think we actually go stance swap on Akshan to start, and then we'll see what our opponent does. We'll either play out the 4-4, or we might Desert Duel a play of theirs. They won't be able to play Vengeance because they won't have the resources.
Everyone should have a grappling hook.
Humbled. They might actually throw this into Akshan so they get him low enough to be able to play something, but looks like they're opting not to. Might still want a Desert Duel. I don't know. Desert Dueling this means it gets down to... He took 1 damage on this, and then... Okay.
In this timeline, we're sure to save Ikathia.
Then again, I kind of want to make sure I have a way of dealing with Viego. Does it matter? We got a leveled Akshan now? Because playing this out doesn't do too much. Suppose they could always just sacrifice this. Am I granting allies +1 attack? I was thinking about a play. I think I'm gonna draw. Kind of like the Bjerg, but Absolver's kind of nice too. Already have plenty of units to play out. Absolver to push damage might be good.
Is now ours. In and out.
Absolver to potentially keep our stuff alive is also appealing. Okay, he's banking the spell mana, which makes me think he's got a,
I do this for her. For us. Come on, lover boy. Time to put you to bed.
So, do I just heal Akshan here? He's got +2/+2 from Omen Hawk plus the 1. I can get him to 5, but then he still dies to this. double Absolver puts him out of range, but so does Stance Swap. But Stance Swap plus Thingy kills him.
The world won't save itself, you know.
That is to say, this guy plus Vile Feast kills him. He could also sacrifice something and trade Viego for him, but I'm fine with that if that happens. Does have the Vile Feast. That's unfortunate. Well, we might be in trouble then. That's an Udyr.
Our ancient enemies are returning.
Then, young fox, lead us to their heart.
I think I'm actually supposed to end the round here and wait, have them waste a bunch of their mana.
Find a kid for an actin', right, Arda? You're dead meat.
You're dead meat. Probably supposed to buff this one again. Just in case. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. So I have this to protect him. This is gonna become free. So that's not really an issue. Yeah, I just really kind of want this dead. So yeah, I should have doubled up on this. Just in case. Could be thinking about sacrificing this so I don't get the free stance swap. Problem is, he's about to level, huh? Man, it's tough. I'm gonna start here and see if he does level Viego. Because he'll die to his steal the strongest enemy. I mean, yeah, the spell shield's not going to protect against it, so I might actually have to draw 2 cards looking for a way of dealing with this.
Alpha Claw!
Yeah. So when this dies, he's gonna get do his thing. Nope. Viego's so strong. Maybe the turn that I was extra aggressive with the one removal that I had with Akshan was a mistake. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake, and I'm just supposed to save it for Viego. Like it's really hard for us to lose games where they don't have a leveled Viego on the field. So probably just supposed to be more conservative.
Beagle shows them where their spells can help.
I'm actually gonna pass because I want my combat step to be able to hook something with this ability, and if they want to just pass back, they burn 3 mana and we burn only 1, so I think it's fine. They're the more controlling deck, yes, but we want to be able to set ourselves up so that when they start dropping the Viegos, we can deal with them. Pushing 2 damage. I think the upside of passing is higher than pushing 2 damage guaranteed here. Now, what do we want to do? Could stance swap her, but I don't think that's correct.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton, right, Arda? I see the power.
We can do this, then like next turn we can Bjerg into an Udyr, play Udyr, get a free stance swap.
They retreat.
That's potentially very annoying. They have the drain too. We can respond with Shapestone. I know I just said we gotta get rid of the whatchamacallit, but I think we gotta get rid of this too.
Will no one listen?
Embrace life.
Expect death.
I expected them to only have one of those. That's kind of interesting. So we can actually do a lot on our turn. We can Udyr into Stance Swap into Desert Duel.
Submission or death for all who live. Gather, spirits, gather. Hold on. Hear me!
Guess they kill each other, huh? Oh no, wait, no, this is -2 attack. He could have the drain too, I guess. If he doesn't, this is a pretty big upside. Ugh, if he has a drain too, though, we're gonna lose this guy too. Because of Kindred.
Are they warriors or poros?
Could also have Disintegrate. He could have Ravenous Flock. I don't know if there's any real way to like avoid this though.
Have you come to aid your old friend, young fox?
Yes, old man. We heard your call.
Yeah, man, their stuff is just so much better than ours at generating value because we have to actually fight and they can just kind of sit back. Yep. And like we've missed out on several stances too, which aren't that big of a deal, but it's just on top of everything else. And that this just straight kills it, eh? What you can do about it.
The wind waits for none. Here is I summon you!
Just doesn't matter because he's gonna die almost certainly.
Who will we chase now?
Everyone, dear wolf.
There's an Akshan. By now we should have +2/+2 spell shield and all these things, but nope.
Don't want to die? Don't do terrible things.
Dead either way.
Ah, evil never plays fair.
Already this is making me want to reevaluate. I think we just need more removal. Björk, do we need multiples of him? It's nice to find our stuff. Because then we guarantee can do like grappling hook into, or even if there's a desert duel. we need... How aggressive? This format's been skewing more to mid-range, it feels like. So I don't know that we need the innkeepers. I could still be nice for healing our own guys, but... Maybe we don't need that Shaman's Call at the top end, because like by the time that card could be good, we should already be winning the game.
Scores to settle, cooks to kill. You know how it is.
I mean, it's incredibly strong when this happens.
What will you have? In and out. Mountains!
Up there in the mountains.
This is justice.
Do I want to play Udyr this turn? If I do, and they make this, I don't think they can't crack that at focus speed, right?
Spirits of the land, hear my call! Come on in! Ball here! My oath. Talk is worthless. We are what we do.
I'm gonna do this. I don't think I'm gonna do with him there, but not a big deal.
undying force!
It might actually be better to give everything +1, honestly.
Gonna find a gift for Renekton! Right, Arda?
In and out. Look! Out there! I've carved meat bigger than you. Close up.
Opponent doesn't want to play anymore. That's too bad. We're gonna
The gods have spoken.
we were gonna grappling hook that big guy, generating another stance swap. See, that's kind of what the deck wants to be doing. We'll try a couple more. This one's not feeling particularly powerful. Fun combinations of cards, but it's too hard to interact with what our opponents are doing. Whoops, okay. See if we're in a match. Looks like it. Man, this deck is really popular lately, huh? This thing just dies to so many of their stuff, but I mean, granting something vulnerable. They have so many ways of stopping it, though. I think I'll keep the grappling hook. We're gonna bank a spell mana, play Akshan. The grappling hook's
I pull the
nice.
strings.
Good people don't look the other way.
We could use a bite.
They could kill me with Ravenous Flock. So I think we just let this happen.
This is justice.
Probably not gonna fall for it, but
Our eyes lead to hidden paths. And winds behind me. You won't suffer long. You got caught. You know, I will run you over.
I don't know that I can avoid using Akshan at this point. But that's okay. Sure, we're gonna get vengeance out of this game.
Villains beware.
They're just spending 6 mana on that. That's crazy. Cool.
Ancient things trapped in the ice.
They might Ravenous Flock this. Okay. That is a... I think that's a good indicator that they don't have Ravenous Flock. I think you'd think they'd want to use it there.
Bar the doors.
Our ancient enemies are returning.
Then, young fox, lead us to their heart.
This little number, the spoil of war.
Hold God. Hear me!
I guess I need... yeah. No, I'm dead to Vengeance. Unless I rip a Troll Chance right off the bat.
I'll eat your eyes.
What do we think? It's a bait? I don't think I can win anyway, so... Wow. Well, we would prefer to kill that. We can do it with Desert Duel, well, or Grappling Hook. But we can't do it and save our thing. Oh well, no, Grappling Hook is not a strike, it's just a hit. Well, it's us striking, it's not symmetrical.
Beetle shows them where their spells can help.
Now, lists that I've seen are not running Ruination. But we can't really push a ton of damage anyway, so I think we start by attacking and then seeing what they do.
She waits for me beyond the mist, my queen.
I mean, I'm surprised we haven't been slaughtered by Disintegrates or Ravenous Flocks at this point. Like, we should have lost this game a long time ago. Now they have the Disintegrate into Ravenous Flock, perhaps. Okay, well we're about to die to Viego Vengeance. Okay, sure. Or not Vengeance. What's the name of the other one? I always forget its name. Something.
Up there in the mountains!
Gather, spirits, gather.
We could try to duel. They would trade anyway, so I may as well save the duel.
The fear is wise.
Does it make sense to use this? No, right? I can't save my guy. I guess it makes sense to use it because I'm going to generate another one. Oh, true. I could have given him... It's like a +3/+3 for him. So he could have been at 11. No, I still die. Alright, where is your... whatever it's called? Yeah, Atrocity. That's the name of it. Fun. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for me for today. This deck's just not competitive into all these Viego decks. It's too hard to interact with what they're doing. Our stuff is slow and expensive. The value that they can generate by just sitting back and playing out blockers is way greater than the value our deck generates by having to actually attack. So we're really only doing stuff every other turn, and they're just generating value turn to turn to turn. But I mean, it makes sense, right? We're like a solidly we're solidly on the mid-range in smack dab in the middle of the you know, aggro control spectrum, and they're like the premier control deck of the format currently, as far as I understand. So I mean, our fair mid-range game plan is just going to get slaughtered by what they're doing, and it does. So to be fair, we should have lost that game a lot longer. Like that we even lasted as long as we did in that matchup is not indicative of it being a close matchup. They just must have drawn absolutely atrociously. We should have died to so many things that they were playing beforehand. But anyway, what was that one? Sorry, I'm gonna put that back in the deck because I'm definitely gonna upload those matches, but I'm not gonna edit the deck. I think this deck is just kind of trash right now. Feels like it anyway. Just too bad because I really liked this combination in the past. It's just not very good right now. Control has gotten considerably better since this deck was okay, and even though Akshan and the whole stance thing has improved, it's still just not good enough. It's too slow. It's too fair. If anything, it would have been great with, you know, things like grappling hook, but it's still just not good enough. Which is cool. I think the format's in a great spot right now. If it means certain decks can't be played, it just is what it is. There are probably some matchup. If aggro ever sees kind of a turnaround, the kind of aggro that can beat these Viego decks, then something like this could do okay because we have access to early blockers, combat tricks to keep our stuff alive, sustain value. We can play Tavern Keepers, you know, in that to prevent to keep our life total high. Yeah. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I think next week we're gonna continue. Still gonna stream this week, though maybe not as many decks. Definitely want to revisit this Aphelios Lux deck. We might try something like a Bard Galio deck like the one we've seen today. We might also try... I don't know if I'll try my own Viego Deserter. We've faced this enough times. When I run out of things I'd like to play, I might give this a try, because I think the deck looks cool and it's fun, but we just face it so many times. Probably just revisit other things. I'd like to revisit other Bard decks to see which one I like the most, especially the Illaoi. Definitely want to explore more Illaoi decks too. We saw Illaoi Demacia that was utilizing Catalyst or Cataclysm in an interesting way. That seemed kind of neat. So yeah, all right, that's gonna do it for today. Catch you guys next week.